Hey students, as promised, this is the final press release video for you guys for writing assignment number 2. So it's coming up due, so I wanted to give you just a last few couple of pointers as you complete those documents and upload them to the Dropbox. Number 1, make sure they're a PDF or a .doc or I cannot open them, therefore they will not be accepted and unfortunately marked as a 0. So please, if you're working in Pages because you have a Mac, just save it as a PDF or save it as a .doc. There is an option to do that in the Save As area. So with the press release, the biggest thing is that you use the document that I gave you as a guide. It is truly a template. You can use it and then just manipulate it and drop in your own content. There must be for immediate release at the top. You have got to have a headline, a strong one. You've got to also write about the same organization and or company that you wrote for writing assignment 1. And then this one will be included. And then your final project will include all of these. So all following the same company. So the next thing, that very first paragraph is really important. So you have to have your date stamp and location. A couple people have asked questions about, well, who should be the press release person? Who's the marketing director? Keep in mind that you're just kind of pretending this is make-believe. It's you. Give yourself the title and just make up an email, contact information, or whatever. That's just part of the framework for the press release. It's got to be in there. And when you're writing that first paragraph, that's really setting it up. What is newsworthy? Why are you writing the press release? Why would the media cover it? So make sure you're answering that question. There should be the paragraph. There should be a quote. There should be more information. There should be a second quote. The first and the second quote should not be from the same person. So if your organization is HTC, for example, the first quote might be from Mike Hegg, the CEO for HTC. Then maybe it's HTC partnering with a local school. The second quote would then come from the school. So you see they complement each other. And then the final paragraph is really closing it out. And then the boilerplate. The boilerplate at the bottom is important. It should be bold and it should have all the information about the company. So you should also have the company's website listed there for more information. Again, use that template because it will really help you. Then at the very end of the press release, centered in, you should have 3 number signs, right? So 3 number signs signifies that the press release is over. I think I've mentioned this before. Years ago, when news releases used to be sent to the media, they were faxed. So I don't know if any of you have used a fax machine lately. I certainly haven't, but I can tell you that I did when I was first in news, and that's where we received our press releases like a million years ago. And what happens is that signifies that the press release is over. There's no more pages, right? So when you pull the press release off the fax machine, you're like, oh, it's 1 page or it's 2 pages. As soon as you see the 3 number signs, you know, I have the whole entire press release. I'm not missing a page. So it's really important that you do that. Yes, they're not being sent via fax anymore, but it is part of the template, part of the press release etiquette, if you will. Okay, so the other thing I want you to think about is it doesn't have to be 1 page, but it also shouldn't be 3. So 1.5 pages really is the maximum that it should probably be. You're not telling the entire story. A press release is a teaser or a synopsis of what the story could be. It's making sure the media realizes this is a story, you should cover this, and then they cover it and give you more press. So it's really important that you think about all those things. Add them to the Dropbox by 11:59. That's the due date time. And I'll be reviewing those. They're really important. I am going to provide you some feedback after they're all put in. You're going to want to use that feedback and edit the document as you move forward to the final project because you're going to drop it in again. And I'm going to be looking for those changes to be made. But you're all doing a great job. Keep up the great work. And I cannot wait to read these. Just remember, why is it newsworthy? If it's not newsworthy, the press will not cover it. You got this, guys.